A Clash in Paris is upon us, and with a card featuring numerous top stars including John Cena, Roman Reigns and CM Punk, join us now as we look at all the winners and losers of Clash in Paris 2025. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now the first match is Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella for the Women's Intercontinental title. WWE without a doubt made the right call when it came to Becky Lynch winning the Women's IC Championship. Lynch is a focal point on Raw each week, and now it's inevitable that every single PLE features her defending the title. This is how you book a main eventer to carry a secondary title. Hopefully when Lynch eventually drops the title, this strong booking and presentation continues. The match between Lynch and Nikki Bella should be an incredibly strong contest. Whilst Bella has only wrestled one singles match on television since 2018, Lynch is still the perfect person to pair the WWE Hall of Famer with. Even though Bella is back for a number of WWE dates, it's unlikely that Lynch drops the title in Paris. It's likely that Lynch drops the title to a much younger star, but due to the star power of both women, it would be a smart business move to have them feud for multiple PLEs. Lynch dropping the title to Bella and then getting the title back isn't the worst idea in the world, and it would give WWE a shock title change that nobody expected. There's also the X factor, the backlash to Lynch's promo on Raw. Lynch name-dropping Ozzy Osbourne received mainstream attention, and even Kelly Osbourne called Lynch out. Does WWE respond to this backlash by having Lynch drop the title? Well, it doesn't seem likely. As our prediction, Becky Lynch retains the Women's IC Championship. Next up, Sheamus vs Rusev in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. Sheamus and Rusev will finally settle their rivalry in a gimmick match in Paris. The match type in question is basically a no DQ contest, but it has become Sheamus' match speciality in recent years. The feud between the two men has delivered good matches, but the story and character development has been lacking. Rusev's WWE return has been a mixed bag, as the fans have really struggled to connect with him, and it's a shame as he still has so much to offer the company. There is a strong possibility that the climax of this rivalry leads to the two teaming up. The two are real-life friends, and the Raw Tag Division needs some credible teams to elevate the division. Sheamus could get the win, and then the two could shake hands, joining forces in the process. As in Rusev's case, if you can't beat them, join them. But if Rusev wins and the two go their separate ways, it's really hard to fathom what WWE could have planned for him. Due to the lack of reaction on television, it doesn't seem like a logical move to move into the main event scene and have him work with someone else that's not as popular as Sheamus, and this could be a recipe for disaster. The wisest call is for Sheamus to win, and then the WWE positions the two as a dominating force in the stale Raw Tag Team division. Our prediction? Sheamus defeats Rusev. Next up is Roman Reigns vs Bronson Reed. Now all the pressure is on Bronson Reed to deliver at Clash in Paris. A singles match against Roman Reigns on a PLE is a huge deal, and if Reed delivers in the match, then it shows WWE that he is a main event level star in the making. But on the contrary, if Reed flops in the match, which seems kind of unlikely, then it perhaps is a sign that he isn't quite ready for the main event scene. Nevertheless, this should be a great encounter as Reigns' recent work has been excellent and Reed has proven time and time again that he's able to bring it. There has been some criticism that the match isn't a gimmick match, as this is without a doubt a match that could benefit from being a street fight or a last man standing encounter. After all, the feud is based on stolen shoes. But there are calls from fans to see Reed get the W, and whilst this would take Reed to the next level, it's likely that WWE are saving a big victory over Reigns for Bron Breakker. This very much feels like Reigns running through the muscle of the Vision stable before getting to Breakker and Seth Rollins. It's been widely speculated that WWE are planning either Reigns vs Breakker or Reigns vs Rollins for WrestleMania, and both matches would be amazing additions to the WrestleMania 42 card. Reigns vs Rollins is a match that is destined for WrestleMania, and the rivalry certainly deserves to end on the grand stage. Reigns vs Breakker is actively being considered as a future WrestleMania main event, but will there still be interest if WWE hold off until WrestleMania 43? With that being said, Reigns getting the win but Reed looking like an absolute monster in the process is the right way to book this matchup, and that leads to our prediction of Roman Reigns defeating Bronson Reed. Next up, John Cena vs Logan Paul. To say the fans are unhappy with Logan Paul taking up another one of John Cena's final dates is an understatement. Logan has worked with Cena in tag matches and now a straight up singles match, and with Cena only having a few PLE matches left, WWE are really running out of time when it comes to delivering the matches that fans actually want to see. However, Logan is definitely known for proving the audience wrong, so it wouldn't come as too much of a surprise to see Logan go all out for the show and have the performance of his career. Cena is fresh off the heels, pun intended, of his babyface turn and his outstanding SummerSlam match versus Cody Rhodes, so Cena is definitely in a position to have another PLE show stealer. There is concern from fans on social media that Cena is going to put over Logan. Cena being back to his babyface status is a worry, as the last time Cena was a babyface in WWE, he put everyone over, including names such as Austin Theory and Solo Sikoa, and this in turn impacted his credibility. However, with Cena set for a WrestlePalooza showdown with Brock Lesnar, WWE will likely look to keep Cena strong, and this should mean that he secures the win over Logan Paul. Logan definitely won't be hindered by losing to one of the greatest of all time, while Cena losing to Paul would do irreversible damage to him, especially weeks before he headlines the first ever ESPN PLE against the returning Brock Lesnar. Thus, Cena has to look strong, or the match against Brock Lesnar is just a foregone conclusion. Whilst all signs point towards Cena winning, there is a strong possibility of a post-match angle. Brock Lesnar appearing is unlikely, as WWE would probably want to pre-advertise him for the show. However, one name that has been dragging Cena is Drew McIntyre. McIntyre has been heavily rumored to be Cena's final ever opponent, and WWE could plant the seeds for this by having Cena receive a Claymore after he defeats Logan. This will work extremely well, especially with McIntyre and Logan having a pre-existing relationship on television. McIntyre even influenced Logan to take out Cena on SmackDown, and this could be the first major signs that WWE are indeed going all the way with McIntyre versus Cena for Cena's retirement match. But our prediction? John Cena defeats Logan Paul. And now finally it's time for the main event, as WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins takes on CM Punk, LA Knight and Jey Uso. When the Fatal 4-Way World title match was made official for Clash in Paris, there was some criticism directed towards the match. A lot of fans were hoping that Roman Reigns would be involved, and some are seeing Jey Uso's involvement as him being in the match just so he can take the pin. Interestingly, WWE would subtly address this on the go-home edition of Raw, as during Reigns' promo that kicked off the show, he would speak openly as to why Jey deserves to be in a world title match. Reigns would state that Jey Uso has a contractual rematch for the world title, and he got the pinfall win at SummerSlam. Rollins' world title reign isn't even a month old, so whilst it's extremely unlikely that a title change goes down in Paris, it's worth examining the possibilities of each name in the match potentially walking out of Paris as the new world champion. When it comes to Jey Uso, his world title reign earlier in the year didn't exactly light the world on fire. Some questioned whether Jey was worthy of being the world champion, and he had never had that compelling feud to make his world title reign seem memorable or even exciting. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like WWE has any plans to make Jey Uso another world champion again anytime soon. However, that doesn't mean that he still can't be a main event level single star. Main eventers have spent years in the upper echelons of WWE without winning the world title, so the world title isn't going to define Jey's status in the company. In relation to LA Knight, it's still hard to determine what Triple H actually thinks of him. He's been given mini pushes from time to time, but they never seem to go anywhere. LA Knight pinning Seth Rollins at Saturday night's main event should have led to something much bigger, and it was even reported that the initial plans for SummerSlam were to see LA Knight pin Rollins, but due to the worked injury, these plans were scrapped. LA Knight doesn't appear to be destined to win the world title in the immediate future, which is a massive shame, as his popularity is palpable. Fans are urging WWE to end the ongoing rivalry between Punk and Rollins, as the two have been feuding on and off since Punk returned to WWE. It's probable that Punk is screwed out of the world title yet again in the matchup, and then finally the two settle their score, perhaps in a gimmick match at WrestlePalooza. Let's be fair, Rollins is without a doubt retaining the matchup, and it's possible that WWE debut the final member of Rollins' Vision faction to assist him in the victory. There have been endless theories on who this individual could be. The most popular names that fans suggest are Ricky Starks and Ethan Page. Both names are established as top stars in the NXT brand and are currently in the midst of active programs. However, this doesn't usually stop WWE from bringing talent up from the brand, so it's possible that Clash in Paris sees the debut of Starks or Page. Now, this show is set to be the final PLE on the Peacock platform, and WWE will then usher in a new era next month, with all the PLEs in the US at least streaming via ESPN. Whilst the final PLE on Peacock going off the air with a new world champion would certainly be exciting, it's likely that this is saved for the first show on ESPN, that being WrestlePalooza on September 20th. But our final prediction, Seth Rollins retains the World Heavyweight Championship. But there you have it, folks, all the winners and losers for WWE Clash in Paris 2025. Let us know your predictions in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.